Hello! Today I thought I would tell you about one of my main interests, which is nuclear incidents. Um, I use the term nuclear incidents because it's not always like Chernobyl, a big meltdown of a nuclear reactor or involving nuclear power. There are smaller stories like the story of this man that found some radioactive dust and he thought it was pretty, so he brought it home to his family and his whole family got sick after, handling this dust. And I find it very interesting how a natural element can do so much damage to us on a molecular level that damages our DNA, and the ways in which it makes people ill I find very interesting. As you know, I already am really interested in medical conditions, so I'm not sure if that feeds into my interest in this, but this video is about the fact that, if I could have any job in the world, I would probably want to be a nuclear engineer. I'm not sure what I'd need to do university wise or anything for that, but if I think that I want to really play into that dream and do that, then I might have a look on what I need to do, because I know we are going to start building a lot more nuclear power plants in the UK, and it would be really fulfilling for me to go into that line of work. But I do have a lot of dreams, and this is one of my dreams, making videos for YouTube. I've wanted to be a YouTuber since I was young. And I've been too scared to do that up until now. But as I mentioned in my last video, I'm regaining a lot of control and I'm pushing past the anxiety. I mean, even now I will overthink my videos and consider deleting and privating them, because I know my videos are terrible and I'm terrible at talking to a camera, and there's probably going to be a point in the future where I do delete my older videos. I've done this numerous times over the past few years. In particular, I have had to private all of the videos where I am a minor, and that's mainly because, this is a public platform and I think underage people shouldn't really have their face out there or any information about themselves. And I don't like the fact that some parents will make a whole career on social media from family vlogging, which is just, it kind of disgusts me, because you're putting your children at risk there. I do watch a load of videos on YouTube about, creators calling out family channels, but I'm not a commentary YouTuber. I thought about doing that because that's a lot of what I watch on YouTube at the moment. I've been watching a lot of Adam McIntyre videos for the past few days, weeks, I don't know. And there are a few things that I would give my 2 cents on, but I feel like everything that could be said about some of these things have already been said by other people, and I have nothing new to add to these situations. But anyways, I like nuclear events, and Chernobyl has to be my favourite, probably just because there is so much media about it. There's so much information. There's a TV show, and I watched someone explaining the TV show and how accurate it was to what actually happened. And I did watch that show when it first came out and I loved it. And I'm not sure if that's when I started to get really interested in nuclear incidents. But I just find it so... It just amazes me, it leaves me in awe that something seemingly so small as like a few particles of what could be described as sand can have such a drastic effect on our health. But there's also the fact that I have anxiety, and there are so many wars going on in the world at the moment that I do live in fear a lot of times that one day we're just gonna have a bomb go off, a nuclear bomb, you know, like Hiroshima or Nagasaki, which I also find very interesting, especially the story of this one man that just happened to be in both of these places when the bombs went off, and he survived both of them, and he went to the other city after the first blast to warn them about this, but at that time it was a brand new thing. So these people he was telling, like, you know, you need to be aware of this, they didn't believe him because it was a totally like new thing. Anyways, I think I've rambled on for long enough. Bye.